All right, here I am at the Main Street Railroad crossing in Climax, Michigan. Now, this right here is another rather neat crossing owned by the CN South Bend subdivision, and I decided to go out with the boys today to Climax since we were kind of in the Battle Creek area already, and I also just decided to do a crossing tour video today anyway. So. And this crossing right here does feature a few cool components and whatnot. Mainly, it's just a standard setup, and this crossing is owned by the CN South Bend subdivision, in case I didn't say that already. So I guess with all that said, I'll explain as I go on. So with that said, let's get on to it. So for the first signal, this has a Western Cullen Hayes base, I believe, with the back clamp, with the WRS back clamp. And here's the emergency information, and the dot tag and the dot number is 283502S. And this seat appears to be like a newer repainted mast, or maybe they stuck on a new pole on the base here. And for the gate mechanism, this has a G.C.R gate mechanism, late 1970s generation, and you can see some bolts into the side cover for some reason. And this gate features some Ricoh LED gate lights and no wind guard on the mast. And for the lights on this one, this has two pairs of G.C.R 12 by 24 inch dialight LEDs sitting on a G.C.R light bracket, which I believe replaced some 8-inch lights of some sort in the past, probably WRS. And for a bell, this has a General Signals Type 2 electronic bell set on high volume. And these two signals have their bells wired to ring all the way through. Unlike most of the other mast gated signals on the Flint subdivision. Although this is owned by the CN South Bend subdivision, but this subdivision is what the Flint sub turns into after the Battle Creek yard. So yeah, like that said, here is the second signal. So here's the second signal, which is similar to the first. This has another Western Cullen Hayes base with the WRS back clamp. And here's the emergency information once again. And also one thing worth mentioning, that this also has a different styled stop on red signal sign other than, from the other one, interestingly enough. And for the gate mechanism, this has another G.C.R gate mechanism, late 1970s generation, featuring some more Ricoh LED gate lights on the gate and no wind guard on this mast once again. And for the lights, this has two more pairs of G.C.R 12 by 24 inch dialight LEDs sitting on a G.C.R light bracket, replacing 8-inch lights in the past, most likely. And for a bell, this has another General Signals Type 2 electronic bell, also set on high volume. So yeah, that right there, some pretty neat stuff. I like the older gate mechanisms, although I just got this in action, malfunctioning and a train passing through it. So there's that for you. Here's the relay case sitting at milepost 165.12. So I guess with that said, let's go to take a look at the track view. Down there is heading north right towards another crossing at East MN Avenue, and also right towards the defect detector, which is actually a different model from, like, let's say your typical STC Smart Scan, which is pretty freaking cool. Let's just say it's like the defect detector that Norfolk Southern normally uses. I completely forgot the model of it, but it's definitely really cool. It's down there at milepost 166.6, and I'm planning on getting that defect detector in action again very soon. But yeah, so that's the north view. And down there is heading south towards another crossing at Maple Street, and pretty much just towards a long straightaway and probably a few more crossings. And you can see the control point. Well, the control point's down there, I believe, but you can see some incandescent color light signals, which is surprising to see on a CN line because you'd think they have all LED color light signals by now. So I guess with all that said, this was the Main Street Railroad crossing here in Climax, Michigan, owned by the CN South Bend subdivision. Pretty neat stuff. I'd say it's a pretty substantial setup, but at the same time, I think it's a little cool area, It's just a little village, and they decorated it for Christmas, as you can see. But yeah, I guess with all that said, over and out.